Today we're diving into something pretty wild. It's all about the complex, sprawling conspiracy theories around the death of Chinese celebrity Menglong. And all of this, everything we're about to cover, comes from the claims made in a viral video that's been making waves online.
Alright, so here's our game plan. First, we'll get into why this is being called the case of the century. Then, we're going to unpack these 5 diagrams that supposedly map out a whole dark web of connections. After that, we'll look at some really shocking claims about Menglong's body, see how another big star got dragged into this whole mess, and then we'll cover how the public is fighting back. And to wrap it all up, we'll even touch on a prophetic twist to this entire story. It's a lot to cover, so let's jump in.
Okay, first things first, the century's big case. We're talking about how this whole thing went from a mysterious death to a full-blown national movement.
So, the video we're looking at, it makes a huge claim right out of the gate. The thinking here is that Menglong's death wasn't just some tragic accident. No, it was the spark that lit a fire. A massive, unprecedented public movement to uncover some really dark truths that someone wants to keep hidden.
So you have to ask, right? How on earth does one celebrity's death cause a national firestorm? Well, according to the narrative we're explaining, it's because his death is like pulling back a curtain on something huge. A massive, tangled web of power, money, and crime that has apparently left the public completely stunned.
Alright, on to part 2. 5 diagrams, 1 dark web. This is where things get really interesting. We're going to unpack this alleged network piece by piece, all based on these diagrams that online sleuths have supposedly put together using public data. Let's see what they claim to have found.
Okay, so diagram number 1 is all about following the money. The theory goes something like this. It starts with Beijing government funds. These funds get invested into a company called Cries. From there, the money allegedly flows to businesses connected to a main suspect in all of this. But it doesn't stop there. The trail supposedly even connects Belt and Road Initiative funds to these massive fraud rings operating in Southeast Asia. It's a pretty explosive claim.
So, after the money trail, the next diagram pivots to the entertainment world itself. This is where it gets personal. The allegation here is that there are direct links between China's entertainment industry and, get this, even Menglong's own agency, and a really notorious Cambodian crime syndicate. Now this third diagram, this is where the claims get really, really dark. It's alleging what they're calling a human commodity chain. It supposedly starts with a celebrity beauty company, that company is linked to another firm tied to a suspect, and that firm is supposedly in the same system as, well, the Dalian human body plastination company. As if that's not enough, the network also allegedly includes a famous hospital involved in organ transplants. I mean, the implications there are just staggering. Okay, so with the fourth diagram, the camera kind of zooms way out. We're going from specific companies to the big picture. The claim here is that you've got high-level backers. We're talking major state-owned enterprises, national funds, even the state council itself, all supposedly connected to this network. And the whole thing is allegedly hidden behind hundreds of shell companies, basically acting as a mask for money laundering.
And finally, diagram number 5. This is the grand finale. The one that supposedly ties it all together into one integrated network. It's meant to show how all of these different threads, the crime syndicates, the entertainment biz, the money laundering, it's all one big tangled web. And the most explosive part of this claim, that many of the investment routes trace right back to the Chinese government itself.
Alright, so after mapping out that massive alleged conspiracy, the story takes a sharp turn. Section 3, the body's shocking secrets. The focus shifts from the network back to Menglong himself.
So what are these shocking secrets? Well, there's a claim circulating, which the source video highlights, that is just jaw-dropping. It alleges that a forensic analysis found evidence of 11 different drug reactions in his body. And listen to this, 8 of them were life-threatening toxins. 11.
You can imagine a finding like that has just fueled all kinds of speculation. The main one being floated, that he might have been used as a human guinea pig for some kind of experiment. And people aren't just pulling this out of thin air. The video points to footage showing him looking incredibly emaciated, weighing only 50 kilograms right before he died, as potential evidence to back up this horrific theory.
And, a story this big was bound to have ripple effects. And it has. Section 4, another star pulled in. The scandal is now allegedly spreading and pulling in a huge superstar, Yang Chen-si. So with this actor, it's really a tale of 2 completely different stories. You've got the official story,
A super talented young guy from a totally normal background who worked his way up. But then you have the allegations swirling around online. Things like he actually comes from a powerful political family clan, that he got into the prestigious National Theater without taking the required written exam, and that his big awards, well, they may have been bought or influenced behind the scenes. It's a huge contrast.
So, with all these explosive claims and, according to the source, official silence, what happens next? Well, the people step in. Section 5, the people's resistance. This part is all about how the public is fighting back.
And this isn't just hashtags and online posts. This resistance is apparently hitting them where it hurts, their wallets. Take a look at this. The stock price for Mongo Super Media, that's a company connected to Menglong's agency, supposedly just tanked. It dropped from 36 yuan in September all the way to under 24 yuan by December. That's a huge drop in just 3 months, and the source claims it's because of the public backlash.
But honestly, it's about more than just money. It's about people taking a stand. This quote really gets to the heart of it. It's from a fan who says, "Xiao Zhan, I'm sorry. This time, your movie, I won't go see it. I must once again fight for him." Just think about that. People are so committed to this cause that they're willing to boycott their own favorite stars if their work is connected to what they see as a corrupt system.
And people are getting creative. They're fighting back in a lot of different ways. They're organizing boycotts of films with anyone implicated. They're reporting what they believe are fake box office numbers for those same films. They're even setting up public memorials, which is a pretty risky move. And according to the video, it's even happening inside the industry. There are reports of actors at Menglong's old agency filing a collective lawsuit just to get out of their contracts. That's a big deal.
Okay, and just when you think this story can't get any stranger, it does. We're now entering the final section, a prophecy of collapse. This is where the narrative goes from a criminal conspiracy to something almost spiritual, something prophetic.
So check out this timeline of prophecies that the video lays out. Right now, a psychic is claiming to have channeled Menglong's spirit, who supposedly said, "The cosmic wheel of karma has begun to turn." Okay, and what's the prophecy? The collapse of the CCP within the next 2 years. Then, the video points out that this lines up with another prediction from a British psychic, Parker, who said that in 2026, the old world will be torn apart. It's definitely out there.
So, at the end of all this, what are we left with? Look, the key takeaway here isn't about proving every single one of these claims is fact. It's about understanding how this powerful, intricate narrative has taken hold online. It's a story that connects a single celebrity's death to this massive web of alleged crime, corruption, and, well, even prophecies about the fate of a nation. Which leaves us with that final, really provocative question. Is this all just a wild conspiracy theory? Or, as its followers believe, is it a sign of things to come?